chapter 9, and we are going to learn about depository system. Now, here's a quiz for you. Okay? What do you see in this image? Please put up in the chat box. Quickly, put up in the chat box. What do you see in the image? Quickly put up in the chat box. Yes, please write down fast. Yes, I'm not getting any answers. Please write fast. What do you see in this image? Yes. Attendance you put later. First write the answer in the chat box. What do you see in this image? Map. Mehak Patel says map. Very good. So you can see maps. Okay. Prince Shah also tells me maps. Some anonymous person. Anonymous person, please write your name, roll number also. For your attendance, watch, pen, okay. Mehak, very good. Drishti, mobile picture, camera, watch, very good. Maps, okay. Ashik Patel has given all the answers, very good. Yes. So, now can you see maps over there, all of you? I hope the answer is yes. Yes, you can see the maps. Now, which form are they? Which form are they? One map you can see. There are two maps over there, right? One which you can see in the mobile and one which you can see in on the paper. Yes? Can you see that? So now, we will can you see the two maps? Yes? Okay. I'm getting some more answers, just waiting for that. Just a moment. I hope you have got the answers now. Yes? You can see two maps. Correct? Yes. Now, the map which is on the board is a physical paper. And the map that you see in the mobile phone is an electronic form of information, right? Electronically you can see, no? It is an electronic data. The map in the mobile phone that you see is an electronic data. And the map on the paper is a physical form of data, right? So paper, you can feel, you can touch. It has a physical form, right? And in the mobile, it is on the screen, on your mobile screen. So it is an electronic data. So today we are going to learn about securities which can be held in two modes. That is physical securities and electronic securities. Electronic securities are also in dematerialized form. So, physical form means it is a material form. When it is electronic, it is dematerialized. Okay. So, company issues securities which are held in two modes. that is physical securities and electronic or dematerialized securities. I hope this is clear. So now we will first understand about physical securities. So let us understand physical mode of holding securities. It means securities are held in the form of paper certificates. See, you can see what happens to the paper. Yes, if we have pets at home and if they play up with our drawers and files, then they can create a mess, right? So, paper securities have lot of disadvantages also. So, let us see the disadvantages of physical mode of holding securities. Physical mode of holding securities. The first is risk. Yes, certificates of paper can be lost, damaged, torn, stolen, misplaced during transit, etc. Transit means when we are moving from one place to another. Sometimes what happens is, an example I would give you here, some students travel with their original certificates in cab and they tend to forget their bag. Then they forget their certificate. So it is said as misplaced during transit. Okay. Now, efforts in duplicating. Now, if you misplace an important document, then you have to again do the process of duplicating it. That means obtaining duplicate certificates. So here, in context to our chapter, we will say that if the original share certificate or debenture certificate is lost, then duplicate certificate can be collected, but lot of time and efforts and money is required. You need to pay the charges to the company to make a duplicate share certificate. Let us see some further disadvantages. Third one is delay in allotment of securities. Sometimes the securities are allotted by the company, but due to so many reasons, the postage has not done properly, or the transport has not taken place, or the delivery of the letters is not done in time from the company to the postal department. So allotment of new securities can take a longer time. Also, the process of allotment itself takes 2 to 3 months. Yes, for physical securities. When we say physical, we mean paper form. Next is delay in transfer and transmission of securities. When we talk about transfer, we are giving the document to someone else. The ownership is being transferred to the other person, to the transferee. I hope you have seen the video on transfer and transmission of shares, which is provided by me to you. Next is transmission of securities. Now, transmission means transmission takes place on 4 occasions, right? All the reasons are being given to you. If the shareholder is no longer living, then due to operation of law, transmission takes place. Now, more time is involved in transfer and transmission of securities because it involves actual handling of physical certificates. In transfer, in transmission, the original share certificate need to be delivered to the company, and the company has to process it with its procedure, and then a new share certificate or debenture certificate is created in the name of the new holder. So this is all physical work. actually the names are cancelled from the register of debenture holders or register of shareholders, and new name are entered, new share certificate or debenture certificate is printed, then it is dispatched. All this requires board meeting, passing of resolution, taking permission of shareholders. So many things are involved, which takes almost 2 to 3 months. Hence, the delay in transfer and transmission of securities happens in physical form of securities. Next is risk of bad delivery. Now, delivering certificates which are torn, forged, etc. creates problems in buying and selling of securities. What do we mean by this? Like suppose if the share certificate is little torn. Here I'll give you an example of currency notes. If you get a currency note which has sellotape on it, if you get a currency note which has written something on it, then will you accept? No, na? That is why we always see that the certificate that we receive from the company is in proper condition. It is not torn or it is not forged. Forged means duplicate signature or somebody else is signing on your behalf. So over here, there's no cheating or default in creating the securities. Hence, if such securities are there, which are forged or which are torn or which are in bad condition, people will not buy. New person, new investor will not be ready to buy such securities. Hence, buying and selling of such securities becomes a big risk. So, here there are many such disadvantages in having securities in physical form. Now let us understand the other form, that is electronic dematerialized mode of holding securities. Now what is electronic? You saw the map on the mobile phone, right? So that is electronic mode of data, right? So your electronic dematerialized mode of holding securities means they are held in electronic or dematerialized form. See, over here you can see on this iPad, the terms and conditions are given. So it's a paper, but the paper is in electronic form. The data is given in electronic form. So in the depository system, it maintains accounts of shareholders, entire details of shareholders, enables transfer. So if the shareholder wants to transfer his shares, collects dividend from the companies which the company declares, bonus shares which the company declares, company if it is issuing bonus shares, etc. So these are some of the work that the depository system does for or on behalf of the shareholder. The transfer and settlement of securities are done electronically. This is very important word. Please underline it. The depository does all this work for the shareholders electronically about settlement of securities. So this system is also called as scriptless trading system. Please underline this word. It is for objective. 1 mark is allotted for this. Very important. It's a new term for you. So please underline it and please remember it. So depository system follows scriptless trading system. What is scriptless? It means there are no physical form of securities. The information or the securities are held in electronic mode. Okay? So the depository system maintains all these accounts, everything electronically. Okay? Now, in India, the depository system was introduced by passing the Depository Act in 1996. Please underline this. The words which are given in red are important. You can underline. So the Depository System Act came into existence in 1996 in our country, and under this act, a competitive multi-depository system consisting of two depositories, that is NSDL and CDSL, was set up. Now, it will be of interest to note that the world's first depository was set up in 1947 in Germany. So, world first depository, underline 1947 in Germany. Please remember this, because this is also for objective. Remember the two depository names, NSDL and CDSL, and also the Depository Act that was passed in 1996. Now here, if you see, I have given you the logo and the company name, that is NSDL and CDSL, that is functions. Let us see the functions of the depositories in India. What does it do? It maintains individual investors' beneficial holdings in electronic form. Then it also does dematerialization and rematerialization of securities. We are going to learn all this. Transfer account transfer for settlement of trades in electronic shares. Facility for freezing or locking of investor accounts. Facility for pledge and hypothecation of securities. So there are many more functions, just few I have put up here. Now let us understand something new, okay, with the examples. Let us understand about NSDL. This is the website of NSDL, that is National Securities Depository Limited. A person, if he wants to invest in the securities, he has to join the NSDL website. He has to log in, he has to create his ID, and accordingly see the different services that they provide. So this is the website page of NSDL. Please glance through it. It has given various certificates. There are links. There is contact us page. Then there is also a search bar where whatever information that you want to search, you can search through this website. There are many other pop-up windows that come up when you open this site. So for your information, this example has been given to you. Now, NSDL registered office is in Kamla Mills compound, Senapati Bapat Mark, Lower Parel West, and see the CIN number. Yes. So NSDL CIN number is being displayed to you on your screen. Then these are some of the board of directors with their post written on the website. This all information is from the website itself. So this is the new information that is being provided to you, which is not there in the textbook. Now, let us understand about CDSL. This is also the website for CDSL. So here you have one assignment that you have to find out the CIN number of CDSL and the list of board of directors. Just the way we did for NSDL, you have to find out about CDSL and write it in your notebook. So CIN number of CDSL and the list of board of directors. This you have to write it in your notebook. This will be the assignment for today. Now, let us move and learn something more about this. Now, what is depository system and what is banking system? You must have heard about banks. We keep money in bank. There are locker in bank. We save our hard-earned money in the banks. You know, you must have been aware about how bank works. Similarly, there is great resemblance in the depository system and the banking system. So what is this resemblance? See, it is given in a tabular column here, but we are talking about resemblance. We are finding out the similarities. Now, this is when the securities are held in electronic form. Okay, so we are going to talk about electronic handling. So let us understand the similarities of depository system and banking system. Here it keeps the securities safe. Electronically the securities are kept in the demat account of the investor. Here in banking system the money is kept safe in the bank account of the investor. Yes. So this is one resemblance, that your securities are kept, their money is kept. Okay. Now, securities are held in accounts having unique IDs. Yes. Now, in depository system, the client has client ID. We will talk on this further. And in bank, we have the bank account number. Yes, the investor has a bank account number. So they are unique, which will not be given. The same bank will not give same numbers to different people, right? So unique numbers are given. So account number is there. Today, you see the checkbook that you have at home. And the second assignment is write the details of the check on a page. What information is put up on a check? Okay. So these are the two assignments. First is, I have told you, right? So now let us see the third similarity or resemblance. There is no physical handling of securities during allotment, transfers, etc. So when allotment of security is done, whether it is a debenture or share, it is electronically transferred. Okay, electronically allotted. So electronically it is done. So there is no physical handling of paper or certificate. Similarly, in banking system, when you do electronic transfer of money, when you do your Paytm, when you scan that QR code and you pay to a shopkeeper, you do your Paytm, right? So that time you are not paying any physical money. You are not removing your currency from your purse and giving it to the shopkeeper. So you are directly electronically paying the other party. So that is no physical handling of money. Okay, so here electronically the money is transferred. Electronically the money is transferred or paid. Now, the transfer of securities between accounts is done. Securities between accounts is done. That means when transfer takes place, if one person is selling 10 shares or 20 shares to some other person. So from one person, say for example, person A, he is selling 20 shares. His account, demat account, will be debited by 20 shares and it will be credited to Mr. B's account in his demat account. So both should have demat account, and the depository does the needful for the transfer of securities. So it is done electronically. Now in banking, the transfer of funds between the account is done. Yes, we know how funds are being transferred. Suppose you have to pay to your friend, but due to COVID times you are locked in your rooms, right? Or suppose your parents have to pay to someone. So your parents can do online banking and transfer funds to the relatives or people who need money, right? So even that is done electronically. So here there is lot of resemblance between the banking system and the depository system. Both work on similar grounds. Only difference that you need to remember that in depository system there are securities, and in banking system there is currency notes, currency, money. Now, let us understand the importance of depository system. We understood that how electronically the work gets done fast, right? So it is very important in today's time where we are having so much technological advancement and quick work. See, when we are hungry, we do online booking of pizza, we do online booking of burgers and so many things, no? We then immediately at the doorstep, the burger fellow will come with the burgers and you'll enjoy your meal, right? So here it is so very important for people who are into trading. This depository system is so very beneficial to people who do trading business. So let us see how it is important. It has a very important role to play in successful functioning of the capital market. Now we are going to deal about capital market in our last chapter also, and financial market chapter we have been already done. So we have already done that chapter. So we will talk about it also in the coming lectures. So depository system plays or has a very important role for smooth functioning of capital market. Now let us see the benefits or the importance. It aims at eliminating huge volume of paperwork involved in paper or script based system. What happens in paper or script based system? Lot of paper is used. So lot of cutting of trees, right? Paper is made, no, from bamboo. So lot of cutting, so damage to the environment. So this also like helps in conservation of environment, right? Because we are eliminating the usage of paper, completely eliminating. We are using the data electronically. It offers scope for paperless trading. So we are doing paperless trading by using state-of-art technology. We are using laptops, we are using our mobile phones, we are using electronic devices for doing online banking or online trading. Yes, there are so many apps, there are so many sites where you can do online trading. It leads to elimination of storage and handling of certificates. Yes, so storage space is also saved. It is already talking about elimination of storage and handling of certificates. The space is saved. Yes, the data is electronically saved in the cloud, right? Cloud or the drives. Yes, so no need to require some actual space. Again, it reduces the cost and efforts involved in storage and handling of physical certificates. Now, what happens over here is, when we physically handle the certificates, we have to give it to the postage department or courier service. We need to pay for that. As a company, the company has to take up those charges. Again, the delivery person, the transportation cost. So also storage, if we are keeping it safe in some lockers, then those charges we need to pay, right? So when it is under depository system, the cost and efforts are reduced, okay, because the data is everything electronically maintained. Now, I hope these points are clear. Let us understand the benefits or advantages of depository system. Okay, now here we are going to learn the benefits in two parts, that is to investors and to companies. First, let us understand what is the benefit to the investor. This is more important, no? Because as an investor, you feel that your money should be safe, you should earn from your money, whatever you invest. So first is elimination of risk. All risk associated with physical certificates like delays, loss, theft, mutilation, bad deliveries, etc. are totally eliminated. Why eliminated? Because there is no handling or storage, nothing. Nobody can rob it because it's electronically kept. So there is a lot of safety. It is the most safe and secure way of holding securities. The entire system functions under the Depository Act. So if anybody does anything wrong, then also we can catch hold of the person. And it is monitored by SEBI. It is monitored by SEBI, that is Securities Exchange Board of India. So here, for example, the investor can keep his account in a freeze lock mode, okay, to avoid or prevent any unexpected debit or credit, or by giving instructions to the DP. DP is depository participant. I will tell you who is DP. Later it will be told to you. Now, depository participant is a link between the depository and the investor. Here, one need to remember that, see, online banking when we do, or online trading when we do, we have to be very careful with our passwords. We have to be very careful with our login email IDs. Things need not be given easily to anyone. We have to be careful because hacking can take place. So many things can happen. You must have heard about people doing fraud with some links, and they send some prize money links that you have won 2 crores of rupees and all those things, you know. Sometimes you receive such emails or messages. One should never click such links or messages because they can be harmful, or your data can be taken away by such links. So one has to be careful. So even in depository system, though it is electronically maintained, there are risks. But if one keeps all the details properly locked with the freeze or lock mode as per the services given by the depository, then there is no danger. One has to be careful with the electronic data. Next benefit, easy transfer of shares. Now, efforts in filing transfer forms and lodging the documents is eliminated. Efforts in filing transfer forms and lodging the documents is eliminated. Means suppose a person has lot of money, but he wants to invest and he cannot read and write. So he needs some people to do his job, right? Some people require other people's help to do simple things. So all these efforts in filing, transfer forms and lodging the documents is eliminated when it is electronically done, when the transfer takes place electronically. Now, the stamp duty levied on transfer of physical shares is not applicable. See, when you have physical shares, the stamp duty you need to pay. But in electronic transfer, there's no stamp duty. So this money is saved for the investor. We are talking the benefits from investor's point of view. Now, the processing time in transfer of securities is reduced, and neither the securities nor the cash is tied or held up for unnecessarily long time. What happens is, when your securities are matured, then immediately the credit amount is credited to your demat account. Whereas when it was physical form of securities, the investor had to take the debenture certificate or the security certificate to the company, inform the company that they are matured and the amount need to be credited if there is any dispute. So processing time in transfer of securities is reduced when all this is electronically held. Okay. Now next is updates and intimation. The investor is also provided with status of the holdings and transactions by depository participant and occasionally by the depository too. Now over here you need to remember that as your parents have a bank account and they also get a checkbook and a bank passbook, they can update their passbook, get the passbook printed in the ATM machines, and they get the details about the transaction that they did by using the services. Similarly, depository participant also gives the transaction details to the investor. And sometimes even depository also gives the details to the investor. So here the investor gets the details about his holdings from the depository participant also and from the depository also.